they'll be calling you a radical. So this is what I think of Weber State's blackout tomorrow. I'll show you a blackout. Here's what I think of your fucking blackout. Oh, I'll be wearing white. That's a real Trevon Smith jersey. By the way, how cool is this? Pete Rozelle, real NFL football. Weber State. Signed by who? Number 22, Rashid Shaheed, and number 20, Josh Davis. So this is what I'll be wearing to the game tomorrow. Fuck your sports merchandise. Who do you think you are? The University of Utah? They're not a football team. They're not a football team. They're a sports merchandising company, and all they are is fucking Los Angeles rejects that didn't make UCLA and USC, and they just bring them here. This is a real sport where they're all, over 75% of Weber State's players are locals, born and raised in Utah. Now, Rashid's San Diego, and Rashid stuck it to Weber State yesterday. He stuck it to Weber State yesterday. He posted a picture, had somebody snap it, him going through the airport, and he's got a Montana State fucking shirt on. This is important. I don't buy any of their new shit. Never have. Even when I was a millionaire before I got cancer, self-made. I remember my daughter, the fashion designer, you know, they're all retro in Italy. I've been divorced for decades. This girl I was hanging around, dating at the time, whatever. Can't remember where we was at. Ran to my young daughters. They were out shopping, and her and I were out somewhere. And she was like, well, Kevin Lynch, if you're so idealistic about this slave-made gear and by slaves and usury, as you call it, why don't you make your own Christmas gifts? It was during Christmas. Both my daughters simultaneously said, oh, he does, in symphony. So, I'm with Rashid in the spring game. I'm standing with Rashid. I've never seen him so nervous. He just wasn't himself. I'm like, Rashid, he was a nervous wreck. He knows how good he is. He knows he was undrafted. You know, or not going to be drafted. You got an agent? Yeah. Are you talking to Teron Johnson? Yeah, I'm talking to him. I'm talking to everybody. Thank God his agent was a friend of the family's. You know, because he comes from such an athlete family. That sister of his, the track superstar. I said, well, what the hell? He didn't get to go to the combine. This is when he would have been in and the combine was in San Diego, where he lives. He was a nervous wreck. And I'm like, come on. So they're having a sell at Weber State in the end zone. Old jerseys. I said, we got to find one of yours. He wore 8, and then he switched to 22. That's a real one. So I don't buy, you know, all my stuff is, I keep using my old stuff. I fix it, I sew it, I always have, even when I had money. I've had that football forever and ever and ever. Oh, I rated for the right player to sign it. Greatest player in Weber State history, undrafted. How about Opeta? Sewell, we used to call him when I did the play-by-play. He goes to the combine. You know, at the NFL workout at Weber State, you know, because they come in, they'll work them out right there. I was there. They use 225 on the bar. The all-time record in the history of the combine, Tom Landry invented it. If Tom Landry's on, I guarantee Rashid would have been drafted. The greatest draft pick in history is Herschel Walker. Overratedest player in history. Why? Tom Landry drafting him. Well, he's already signed with the USFL. Steve Young, freaking Donald Trump's New Jersey Generals, who were the favorites who always lost to them, Philadelphia. Ooh, now that was a football team, Colton Bryant, and an offensive line. The Stars. Why'd you draft him? Because USFL will go bankrupt and we'll have rights. They went bankrupt, he had rights. They traded him after they fired Landry in the media. The dumbest owner in sports history. Well, I don't know if he's dumb, but he sure isn't about winning. Let's see, the losingest franchise in 30 years. The Commanders? Oh, God. And the Cowboys. Who's the most valuable sports franchise on earth? No, the losingest franchise. Okay, it's about branding, sports merchandising. Weber State's trying to go there. So I'm talking to him. So everything that I have, including my Jerry Carty jerseys, including my Damian Lillard, last one because I was throwing a fit at the bookstore, was given to me. They're all used. I bought this. I bought these for $5 a piece. So at the game tomorrow, blackout. Sportsman, fuck your blackout. Here's what I think of your blackout. Just the greatest player in Weber State history. Well, in Big Sky history. Till maybe Cooper Kupp came around. Think about Cooper Kupp. Oh, I did the play-by-play when he played there in the Big Sky. That incredible matchup, that's what turned Weber State football around, was Cooper Kupp versus Teron Johnson. They were only putting up 50 a game, Eastern. He's shattering every record which are held by this guy. Look it up, the most touchdowns in Big Sky history, Trevon Smith, who played for one of the great, overratedest coaches in history. He just pounded his brains in. You know, I go back to the great Steve Smith. I love Steve Smith. McBride, they honor his number and name, but they won't honor this guy. He holds the record for the most touchdowns in the history of the Big Sky. I mean, no one's even close. Even Josh Davis with his 5th year can't even get close to this guy. Touchdowns, total yards. I think he had 5,200. I did the play-by-play. He was an incredible beast. He was unstoppable. Should have been in the NFL. Got his brains bashed in. Not drafted. Why? Why? He would have been a superstar in the NFL. He got on pills. He lost it. Which a lot of players do. I think he had brain damage. Beat to death in a jail cell on 4th of July. A couple of years ago. Weber State won't mention his name. He's invisible. He's invisible. Well, Weber State superstars are invisible to Weber State. When Lillard played there, Weber State gave him no media love. I did. The Utah media, it was all Jimmer. By the way, what has Damian Lillard ever won? Nothing. Not even a Big Sky championship. You know how many Rashid Shaheed won? Oh, he won Big Sky championship. Rashid won 4 in a row. How about Jerry Carty? Oh, Jerry Carty never won. What's Lillard done in the... You know, he put up some big numbers, don't get me wrong. Jerry Carty already has rings in Europe. He comes into the Summer League because he's undrafted and just rips the Summer League apart. I mean, he's the #1 player in the entire Summer League, all of it. And he's playing in Spain. The A-League just killing it. He's already got rings. He's got Player of the Year in a league as a professional athlete. Rashid wears the Bobcats. I interviewed its online Rashid after that incredible. You could play back the tape, Your Honor. I'm sitting up there doing the, video because KWCR has killed their sports program after all the years that I've done it. I'm like, hello, what the fuck's he in this game for? He's a #1 fucking draft pick in the combine. He's the fastest guy in the fucking country. He will fucking annihilate them in the fucking combine. What's he doing in this game? What's he doing in this game? This game means nothing. Weber State was already out. They weren't going anywhere. 44-yard, around the end, fucking reverse. And Rashid Shaheed was never used properly at Weber State. Never. Matt Hammer should have never. I don't even blame Matt Hammer. Now, Hammer should have never been put in that position. I don't know why it was. It wasn't Matt's fault. He was in way over his head. He never had a quarterback because of the fact of injuries. Jay Constantine was a running quarterback. He couldn't go to Rashid if he wanted to. Bronson Barron could, but he was hurt. He played in a boot for 2 years. By the way, Rashid breaks, I video that at the game, breaks the all-time record for he had 3 other ones called back. Why do they ignore these incredible superstars in the NBA and the NFL? Oh, Petta, he's born and raised here. That fucker's an addict. Do you know, even after he broke the all-time combine record, put up 39 sets of 225, he's still undrafted. He's playing offensive line for the fucking Eagles. There's fucking dozens of players that could have played in the NFL, but they ignore them. Cooper Kupp, the best Cup secret. Ignore my work all the fuck you want. I really don't give a fuck. Rashid knows what happened to him. Who the fuck put him in that fucking game? I videoed it. I says, that's it. That's his last one. Whoa. And then everyone lied to me. I'm talking to trainers. I'm talking to everybody. I'm friends with Joe. What the fuck? How bad is it? I've interviewed Rashid after the game. How bad is it, Rashid? I don't know. We'll see. Everybody lied. Oh, partial tear. He'll be fine with the combine. Lied when they knew it was a full tear. Tore him right in half. You can't make this story up. I need to raise a little bit of money. Because I'd really like to fucking get on the train after the game tomorrow. Fly to Vegas and watch him play down there. I got a hunch he'll run back a fucking kickoff for a touchdown. So you can't make it up. He finally gets in. Thank God for this agent of his, and somebody at the Saints put him in, but the Saints ain't using him. He's probably the fucking most dynamic player in the NFL. Tracked him at 21.8 miles an hour, and he can go faster than that. He's the fastest guy in the NFL. Most dynamic, got hands, unbelievable. He runs routes perfect. I mean, he's the new Bob Hayes. Rashid had to tell me to my face, no, Kevin, it tore it right in half. These fuckers. He knows what they did to him. He would have went to the combine, he'd probably already be worth 40 or 50 million, maybe more. He'd have been a first rounder if they saw him. But why do they ignore all these greats? Cooper Kupp goes, what? Jerron Johnson won 169. His $24 million contract. I did the play-by-play when he was there. Fuck, he made that great play. Cooper and them two went at it. 14-13. They beat We-ber. That's when I knew Jay Hill had turned this nightmare around. Fuck your fucking blackout and your sports merchandising. I'll be wearing white. He knows what they did to him. You think that's a fucking just... Kev, fuck that dude. Don't even get me going on that game. He's like, no, Kev. I got this in San Diego. Rashid's from San Diego. I'm in San Diego on my own dime doing the play-by-play for KWCR. They're playing San Diego State. Who wouldn't touch Rashid? Why? It blows my mind. And it's 6-0. It's ugly. It's a defensive. Well, not ugly. I love games like that. Maxwell Anderson set the school record for fucking tackles as a freshman. He's another NFLer. So is Baron Bronson. He's out of the boot. What happened last week? It's insanity. Rashid Shaheed knows what the fuck they did to him. He knows. Who the fuck made that decision? Gosh, Rashid turned it around. So, I got this in San enough for you, So I'm doing the play-by-play, and I'm like, they're one touchdown around. Rashid Shaheed, it's on his 18th birthday. If he goes, he could run one back, and they could win this game 7-6. On cue. I says, he's gone to Tijuana. Phantom bullshit flag. Just like that 2017 fucking game, Jonah Williams. He's playing for the Rams. He got drafted. Snapgate. Trying out. Don't you love that old Patriots fucking logo? The old AFL logos were the best, right? I'm the new long snapper up there. Snapgate. Wasn't too bad, but then you got a block. 350 pounders that can run 4.4s. But she can run a 4.2. Well, less than a 4.2, and I know that for a fact. And so, why do they continue to ignore Weber State greats? Well, I'll say it like this. Vaughn McKay Brody, the greatest historian maybe in definitely Western United States history, but maybe in United States history. Born and raised here, graduated at Weber State, who's who, Weber High. Graduated at Weber State University at 16, 17 she'd graduate. Became a professor at 16, 17. We were the first female dean of history in the history of the United States. UCLA, University of Chicago. They won't mention her fucking name. All men know my path. How about Wat Masaka? First player of color in the history. Born and raised in Ogden. His story is incredible. Born and raised on 25th Street. The old gym. 2 national championships at Weber State. 2 national championships basketball. First player of color in the history of the NBA. Number retired at the University of Utah. He played there later. Won't mention his name. Do they hate women? Do they hate people of Japanese descent? Obviously. How about Kevin Blanch, the greatest marine biologist, activist artist in, well, he goes out to Wallace's, the house, the nuclear energy account. It's just like the Fukushima disaster. We're just going to ignore him. You're going to ignore Rashid Shaheed. They tried to ignore him. There's no ignoring him now. You cannot make it up. The exact play that he tore that, I videoed it, it's online. I'm like, fuck. Talked to him online right after the game in his crutches. Talked to him at the spring, me and him together for a long, long time. Same with Jarek Harding before he broke the all-time record. Look, they won't cut you loose. Jarek, you're the best player in the history of this school. Just do your thing. Put up 25 in the first half. Montana shattered every record freaking Lillard ever had. Undrafted. Opeta, undrafted. Unfucking believable. How about the greatest marine biologist in the history of the fucking country, bar none? Fukushima, Kevin Blanch. Right there fucking hiding in plain sight. Fuck your blackout at Weber State. Sports merchandising. I can't stand the athletic department up there. They make me fucking sick. I like Jay Hill. I love Jay Hill. He's the greatest. No matter what. What he did turned around this culture. Local players. I'll be wearing white. Go Rashid. Hopefully I'll be in Vegas. I want to jump on a plane tomorrow afternoon. Go down there. I'll scout me a dirt cheap ticket. I got a hunch he's going to bust one to the house. I told him, I said, just remember this, Rashid. I talked to him that day. I says, you know, same thing with Steve Smith. Steve Smith didn't get much of a look, He finally got drafted as a kick return. Remember his first kick return? The Panthers? He fumbled, didn't he? Oh, they stayed with him. Same game. To the house. Rashid, 44-yard handoff, the exact identical fucking run play that he tore the tendon. To the house. Nobody missed no tackles. He just blows by him. He's all that. Finally gets into play. First play. I turned on the radio. I had a hunch. Just blows by him. What a catch, huh? Got hands. Next. Bust one to the house. Kick return. That's what you call a trifecta at Del Mar. Down the stretch we come. Oh no. We're just getting started. This is a fucking 3-year-old. They ain't turning this one out. Oh no. No, this is the new Secretariat. They'll play him. They'll play him. They'll play him. Long video? I don't care. It's an important video. I've saved this all these years. That's a Pete Rose, Weber State. There's only one of them. Only one. It's fine. And I waited to have the right player sign it. Number 22, Shi. He signed it right in front of the union. His mom witnessed it, his dad witnessed it, his grandpa. They all witnessed it. Made in the USA. Number 20, Josh Davis. 25, Trevon Smith. I'll be wearing white at your blackout. Stay in tune.